anyway, which should tell you all you need to know about the type of operation Robert Mueller is running. Next is one of Robert Mueller's top investigators, who is known as the special counsel's pit bull and has a history of all kinds of unethical, highly questionable, strong-arm prosecutorial tactics. And, of course, I'm talking about Andrew Weissmann. Now, before we get into his past, we had breaking news last night that highlights Weissmann's political bias in an email released by Judicial Watch yesterday. Weissmann told former acting Attorney General Sally Yates how proud he was of her. This after Yates denied a direct order from President Trump and refused to defend what we now know is constitutional, knew then, the travel ban back in January. Here's the actual email. "I am so proud. I am in awe. Thank you so much. All my deepest respects." Well, now that you know about Weissmann, well, let's dive into his past. Our friend, colleague, Fox News legal analyst Greg Jarrett, he's been going over this guy's record with a fine-tooth comb. Guess what? Weissmann is a legal nightmare. Now, we have to know Weissmann has deep and close ties to both Mueller and the disgraced former FBI Director James Comey. He's worked closely with both of them for years, and he has donated over $4,000 to Democrats like Barack Obama. So there's no way he'd have any political bias, I'm sure, right? Well, this is the part that's still deeply disturbing. When Weissmann was the top prosecutor, remember the Enron task force? Well, he secured a highly controversial obstruction of justice case against American accounting giant Arthur Andersen. It destroyed that company. It put tens of thousands of people out of work. It drove that company out of business. And in 2005, the U.S. Supreme Court overturned Weissmann's conviction in an almost unprecedented 9-0 unanimous ruling. They excoriated him for his behavior. And that's not the only example of Weissmann's hard-charging, overly aggressive tactics. As part of the Enron investigation, Weissmann sent 4 Merrill Lynch executives to jail for as long as a year. Guess what? They were innocent. That conviction was also later overturned, this time by the 5th U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals. Here's the bottom line. Weissmann, guess what? He's a legal tyrant. He has been accused of doing just about anything to secure a conviction. Does he not care about equal justice under the law? He's been accused of intimidating witnesses, making up crimes that do not even exist, and even withholding evidence that would have been exculpatory and helped the defense in one case. And Weissmann is also directly tied to that corrupt Uranium One deal and Obama administration's attempt to hide it from you, the American people. Weissmann, guess what? He was in charge of the DOJ's fraud section during the Russian bribery scheme. And Greg Jarrett pointed out that Weissmann's signature, look there, it's at the bottom of the plea deal that was signed by the Russian businessman at the center of that case. Now, also tonight, breaking information